Max here. So, we got the meta report today. First one of 19. I got this comment this morning on my Jaguars ebook. They're like, oh my god, you're going to make the game much worse because all the meta gets set around this. Jaguars is going to be an off-meta scheme. I want to go through what the meta is right now, what I'm seeing against me. And EA Access generally plays some pretty darn good competition, at least this late in the week. So I want to go through what I've seen so far, what you can expect as you hop online and really face the cancer of Madden. In my opinion, the meta of Madden helps define the game as much as the actual quality of the game. Like, I feel like a lot of times we focus too much on, like, certain mechanics or what's fun, what's not. But really, what we face and the experience we aren't, not just, like, the experience we have is not just, like, what's broken or fumbles or too much, but the opponent that we actually play against, what they run, and really the kind of shit that we have to go against every play that's kind of broken. So this is the broken shit that I've seen so far in the meta report. This is going to spread and going to be your experience going forward. Basically, I want to go through browse team playbooks for what I see. And it is very varied right now, but there's definitely some things that are sticking out to me as we kind of move along and coalesce. Gun cluster is going to be a clusterfuck. So there are a lot of one-play beaters. And I think the issue is not necessarily this formation. It's going to be another gun bunch, gun cluster, basically a tight set year. Because the ability to basically bomb every single coverage, just run a straight streak. Everybody's like, I put out a video on my second channel. You can go subscribe there to watch gameplay. Tyreek's amazing. And the ability for the defense or the offense to be that much faster than the defense makes this game a verticals fest. Like, why work the ball down the field when you can just run a streak and the defenders don't pay attention to it? I want to show you specifically one that I saw against me run a few times. I'll put it in the gameplay after this. But, like, basically this cluster is insane. These corner routes, these post routes, there's a reason they took out, like, Z-Spot, this pattern right here out of Gun Bunch a few years ago. They just gave it back to cluster. So all of these sharp corner routes, because of how bad Cloud Flats and deep zones play like 8th graders out there. They are so bad right now that you can basically throw all around. So a lot of the meta right now is right around man coverage and harsh blitzes. You can do a little bit of harsh blitzing out of cover too, but your cloud flats are basically unusable. They don't cover corners and they don't cover flat routes. So you basically got to go hard flat and just, like, man up and use the corner, or just I don't know, get lucky and hope they don't throw it there, which is stupid because everybody's going to throw those quick corners. So it's a sharp corner year. Remember, like, last year people would have those deep corners that took a little bit of time to develop? Those you don't even need anymore. You just do sharp corners and you can throw it out quick. So users really have to be on point in order to stop that, to see that. The pressure is not nearly what we were sold on. Mutt pressure is terrible. Mutt pressure is back to 19 levels. So the 4-man pass rush is absolute ass. You cannot use it. You basically have to use, like, 3-man and use all-out coverage, man guys up, quarters 3 deep. You have to use that. That's part of the meta. I could show that on your screen here, as I should. So defense, I'll keep in offense right here. So gun cluster is a nice tight set, and the benefit of gun cluster also is, so when you run a lot of man press, when the wide receiver is out wide, something I learned, if you want to streak with a wide receiver and they're out wide and it's shaded outside, he won't beat the guy down the field. But if you run a streak from, like, say, look at this guy right here, he's really close to line of scrimmage. If you run a streak here and you get pressed in shaded outside, he will beat that streak deep. He will beat the zone. So it's something, the man up coverage. So it's something that, like, the splits of the guy matter off the end of the tackle too. It's so weird that it plays differently, but it does. So just know that shading outside man will stop that, or it has stopped that for my opponents. And like, there's everything that you want out of the gun cluster and gun cluster. Halfback strong that you'd want out of an offensive formation. The only thing you can say is maybe its runs aren't good. It's got a draw in it, but that's, solid. But it is passing. And you will see people get torn up with this formation going forward. This, I think, is the number one formation in the game right now, at least for meta. Of course, you'll also see gun. You also see where you at? Where you at, West Coast? West Coast playbook. Gun bunch is gonna make its return. You'll see that a bunch too. That was there last year. Mesh posts, short corner routes, deep corner. Post routes are big in the game. That just destroys cover two. They're really bad. I really hope zones with players get better, but it is really bad right now on corner routes. So if you are going to play Madden, find a corner route that breaks sharp, and you just live off of it. Otherwise, on defense, if we want to switch to defense, but yeah, it's a tight sets. That is what it go. RPO bubble alerts are pretty good. There's also, I've seen, I think K-Mac streaming right now. He is in spread. So if we go to by formation, he's in gun spread at the moment. He's won like almost 100% of his games, like 150 and something. Gun spread, where you at? I think it's in the Bucks, but I want to kind of just find it right here. Spread. So run balanced, run and shoot. Lots of different choices. Buccaneers, Giants, Vikings. So a lot of things. But this play right here, I saw him play Throne. This play right here, used a lot. So just basically what the meta is what top end players do, and then people copy it, right? Like the NFL is an imitation league. Madden's the same thing. So this is kind of what's going to happen. And you got to be able to lab up a defense. I recommend first labbing up a defense against cluster. Spread is solid, though. Basically, it's all like, verticals and posts, right? Corner routes here are very good, too. All right, so running on to the defense. Like I said, running the ball is pretty good, too, so make sure and try and work running into your formation. Basically, if you face anybody top end online, going under center is death if you are going to try and pass the ball. Like, the pressure comes in so hard against under center. Like, when I played Dubby, I was sacked before I finished my drop back because of how harsh the pressure was, even blocking 7. So because of the way the offensive line sucks again this year, it's bad. It's really bad. All right, so on defense, I saw a lot of 3-4. A lot of people running this 3-4 odd. Basically, that the computer defense from last year, 2 years ago, pinch buck O, pinch Mike O, you run that. You crowd the line of scrimmage, you use their safety, you shade outside so you can't get beat deep on outside releases, outside streaks, and you basically just send the house. And that's all you can do, because you cannot play coverage. If you play coverage, you will get one play bombed easily. Like, I try to play cover 3, cover 4, cover 2, bomb, bomb, bomb. Just every single time. Let me show you something. Like, this is as simple as it is to bomb cover 3 in this game. So let's go formation. Let's just go nickel, cover 3, shotgun. And you can do this against cover 4 too. Wait, that was the wrong one. Gun, cluster. I think I'm on the other side. I'm going to flip my route. We'll just do... Somebody sub when I'm recording a video. Thanks, guys. Uh-oh, my computer's really messed up. All right, so you just fade that guy. You put A on a flat. I think this is it. Watch this. Sorry that it's really janky. My computer's acting up. Do you see how that cover 3 matches? And then you just throw it out there. It matches to the corner. So it's an easy... Like, this is how good tight sets are. You can't call cover 3 against it. They block enough. And then that corner route is also decent there. You got corner routes to this side. I got to get off this. I'm sorry. It's really bad gameplay right there. So, bombs away. You have to send pressure. You have to send pressure. If you don't, you will get exploited by good players. Against bad players, you can do whatever the hell you want because they're bad. But there is that is part of the meta right now, that 3-4 odd. 52 is part of the meta. You just kind of blitz harsh there too. Formations also on defense. I'm seeing a lot of dollar or big dime where you DB fire. You're basically setting off edge pressure. Edge pressure is the meta right now on defense, or just overload and send 8. I don't know. Like, is there an engage 8 and then just make adjustments from there? So yeah, that's there's nothing else you can do. If you give the opponent time because of how bad zones are, it is really bad right now. And then quarters, you can get into quarters and then man up. Quarter equals 3 deep or normal. So quarters 3 deep, man up. That way it's a lot harder to get bombed like this because you got man pressure. Then hope your 3-man get through or you don't get run on. So that's kind of what the meta is right now. I think it's probably as bad a place as we started a year out right now. I think coverages right now, and especially because of they move shit on the D-pad. They moved the adjustments. It made it a lot harder for the defense and a lot of people catching up. We'll adjust to that. I hope they change it. I really pray they do because it's really bad right now for changing and adjusting your defense. That's something that you're going to have to get a hold of right now. I've only played 15 games of online head-to-head. Maybe a few more than that. But I'm still getting adjusted. I'm still not used to all the adjustments and all the changes. But that'll change. But that's what I'm seeing for the meta right now. Tight sets, corner routes, and bombs. And deep blues, cloud flats, all playing terribly. So hopefully we can find... I'll try and look for the zone threshold tonight. Maybe do a video on that. See what we can kind of shoot for. Our cards to get to hopefully make play better. Maybe they'll play coverage. But it's not looking good out there, guys. I'm really concerned about Madden 20. I'm hoping that this day 1 patch comes home and helps fix a little bit. Even though the thing that they said they didn't touch zone, so I'm not expecting any type of improvement there. Good luck out there. Blitz away, unfortunately, because O-line mechanics suck, is my biggest tip. And try and use her to your damnedest. Thanks for watching Call to Action. I'll see you tomorrow.